Hello, everyone, and welcome to World Archery World Cup Watchalong. I'm Greg White, your host, and well, good morning or good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world. I know for us that are going to be joining you here and hanging out, watching archery and talking archery, it's early morning for us as this World Cup Sunday, it's Recurve Sunday, and they're in Shanghai, China. And I'm not alone in this. For Recurve, I brought some Recurve specialists in. Please welcome Vanessa Lee, upper right-hand part of your screen, and Crispin Duenas joining us from Canada. How you doing, folks?
Oh, we're great.
How's it going, eh?
Yeah. Oh, well done. I see how that is. Yeah, it's bright and early though, where you guys are, right? Like for me, it's 12:46 a.m. What about you guys?
146.
Yeah, we're in the
All
same
right.
city, bright and
Yeah,
dark.
bright and dark.
Fired up and ready to
Bright
watch some
dark.
archery, I think. Mm-hmm. Okay.
But I think we're excited here because it's Shanghai, so it's the first World Cup. So I mean, I think both Vanessa and I have been longtime archers, and we know how it is to have to watch some teammates at some stupid time difference on the
Yeah.
other side of the planet. So this isn't as unusual as it might seem.
Yeah. It's crazy because this year there's only like 3 World Cups too. So I mean it's worth getting up because it's crunch time. We've got Olympics this year.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because last night in Compound Saturday we had Jimmy Lutz in here, right? And he's actually in Louisiana competing. And I said to him, Jimmy, are you sure you want to join us? Like, you don't you have to sleep and then get up early morning and compete? And he's like, I would be up watching the team anyway. You know, for
Wow.
Jimmy, who's number 4 in the world in compound men, he wants to be in China, but they've recently had a baby and, business decision on travel and everything else. So his heart was still there. And so he's like, I'm up anyway. I might as well just watch with you and hang out. And I was like, all right, cool. It makes a lot of sense. I mean, maybe I'm older and wiser. Normally I sleep and then watch the replays, but you guys want to stay up, watch it live? We're cool. No big deal. We
I
can
remember
handle that.
before we even had like streams and stuff, I used to just check the scores. Do you remember those days, Crispin, when like
Oh
all
my
there
God,
was like the
refresh,
score and I would just like
refresh,
refresh. Yeah. That's
refresh.
like the birth of archery nerds. And yeah, it's cool that we're doing this
Yeah,
now though.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm doing the same thing.
Refresh.
inco.net, and you just refresh and try to get it. Yeah, try to keep it going, but nothing like being there. But yeah, as we wait for our pictures from the venue itself, why don't you give us a little bit of background, Vanessa, as to your archery shooting, and then like what you've been doing recently with World Archery and all that stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I used to compete for Canada for many years. It's actually been 20 years since I started, and I started because I saw the Athens Olympics and I thought it was the coolest sport and wanted to do it. But over the years, it's just like I naturally transitioned into doing more media stuff for World Archery, and I just love it. Like I was never going to be on the top of the podium, honestly, and Crispin can probably like vouch for it. When I went to competitions, all I wanted to do was like make friends and talk with people, and like that's what I get to do now. So I'm like living my best life.
It's awesome. And Crispin, what about you?
Well, I won't vouch for the fact that Vanessa could not be on the top of the podium. I think she had so much good potential. And she was a great archer. And I'm pretty sure if I put a bow into her hands, she could still outshoot me. To be honest, like anybody could outshoot me anyway. But let's see. Oh my
Oh, I
gosh, I've
can't,
been
bro.
competing
I
for.
can't shoot you. No way. No,
I've
no
seen you
shot.
shoot. I know that everybody's got
A
potential. But
compound, baby.
yeah,
Dude, come on. Yeah.
yeah. Let's even the playing field. Let's just both go bare bow and let's see what happens. Um, but yeah, I've been competing for, oh my gosh, 20 years. I'm still competing a little bit. And after the Tokyo Olympics, I stepped back a little bit from competing, but I'm still doing as much as I can with a full-time career and stuff. But like I've done a couple of these things, not what we are doing right now, but I've done some announcing for World Archery, and I've done some YouTube commentary as well in the olden days. But yeah, I've been to numerous World Cups and everything, and I still just I love shooting archery. I mean, like I can't imagine my life without shooting a bow. I don't know if that's crazy or obsessive or anything, but either way, I'm just I love it.
Well, welcome everybody. We're seeing these messages that are coming in, and people are saying hello from all over the world, and we certainly appreciate it as we are waiting for our feed to start here in probably about 10 minutes. So, hello, Mexico. So, if you have any questions for us and you want us to talk about anything archery related, please feel free. And if we get the opportunity, we're going to answer those questions for you. But looks like there was a little bit of rainfall this morning. Did either one of you get a chance to, as I was trying to catch up on some sleep, I didn't get a chance to watch much of the team rounds. Did you get a chance to see anything from the team
Yeah.
rounds a couple hours ago?
Uh, yeah, I was tuning in a little bit. I was chatting with Chef, who's doing the commentary right now, and I mean, it was interesting. Korea, they got silver, and I hate to say, but they lost. They lost twice in the finals, and to them, that's
Twice.
a big deal. So, I mean, we're gonna have to see how that translates to their individual matches. I think it's gonna be interesting. Yeah. How about you, Crispin?
Yeah.
I know it's late.
I will admit I was catching up on sleep, and like it's my wife is leaving for a month tomorrow to go basically dog sit for her parents down in North Carolina. But what made it like I'm curious now because like I wasn't able to see it. So like what happened? I'm like, oh my god, like Korea
Yeah.
is putting out some like crazy scores, and like for them to get silver, that's for me, that's like, whoa, what's going on?
Yeah,
Well, hold on
I
a
honestly,
second. This person down here says India is the next superpower in archery. I think
yeah.
India is a superpower in archery already. I don't think is the next. I mean, I think that they've arrived on the scene, certainly in the compound, and it was India who basically put Korea, into the, with a silver medal. So for Korea, who obviously in recurve has been the superpower, they won mixed team and then they got silver in both men's team and women's team, and that's what Vanessa's talking about. I think the big surprise.
Yeah, I do not disagree with this person saying India's next superpower. And I agree with you, like Greg, they're kind of already there. Compound, yeah, the huge force, especially last year. My gosh, with Sergio Pani coming on and coaching them. But not only that, like in recurve too, they are there and they have been there for a really long time. And I mean, we're gonna see Deepika today. It's gonna be nice to see her shooting again. Big power.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
So we'll see if Korea is able to rebound. We get some looks on the inside as to, I don't know, what do you call this? The archery green room, where archers are hanging
Maybe
out,
it's like the
chilling,
call
waiting.
room. I think that's what they officially call it.
That's what they call it.
I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
So
It's
for us, this is cool because what we get to see are the semifinal rounds that are going to determine who gets to shoot in the gold medal match or who gets to shoot in the bronze medal match, and that's something that hasn't happened all the time over the years. I mean, normally the coverage from some years ago, you would see just the gold medal match or maybe bronze and gold. So we're going to get to see these semifinal matches, and Korea is well represented as you would expect in the women's final, but it's going to be a very interesting day. Weather could play a factor. I saw that there was some rain yesterday. By the time we got to the individual matches in compound, the rain had stopped, but the wind had picked up and was very shifty. So tell us a little bit about the distance that we're shooting with recurve and the size of the target and all that kind of stuff. Crispin, I don't know. Somebody, you guys do whatever you want to do. I don't know.
You guys can see a great aerial shot here, and that's 70 meters. So yesterday was 50 meters for compound, 70 meters today for recurve. Your 10 ring is 12 centimeters in diameter, so that's about the size of I don't have anything here with me, but basically a grapefruit or an orange. So, yeah, 12 centimeters. It's the metric system, not the crazy American system that you guys have there, Greg. But looks like they are surrounded by buildings. So not being on the venue, like I'd love to be able to be there to see everything, but you can see that there's buildings on one side of the range, and then maybe like if we were able to see what's on the other side, um, buildings themselves, if anybody who lives in a city knows that those can create some crazy wind tunnels, right? So it looks like on the right side of the field, we've got that sloping long building over there, and on the left side, it almost looks like it's open. So considering we're also on the water, that's a big open space behind the archers as well. So we could probably get a lot of wind coming in from behind the archers. And again, I'm not there, so I don't know, but it's like you could get some swirly wind in there combined with the rain. Could be some very tough conditions. And like I think the one thing that the recurve archers definitely have to worry about is their finger tabs. If they get too wet or saturated, they perform slightly differently, and where the arrows hit downrange. That's my like initial perceptions on the field. I don't know if Vanessa has anything to add. So Vanessa, like, do you think anything else in that venue?
Yeah, what we've seen in the past, I mean, finals venues in Shanghai are just always awesome. They just go all out in Shanghai, and I think this is like the eighth time that they're holding it. Usually, their finals have been along the water, which has been interesting for wind. Right now, the field is like perpendicular to the river. I don't know, yeah, maybe swirling winds, or I don't know what that'll cause. Also, the practice range is on risers, and I don't know if that's because the finals field here is raised, and they're just trying to match that elevation, that like sea elevation. I don't know if like 10 meters will make a difference, but the practice range I know is elevated. It's We'll see with their first arrows how the practice range compares to the actual finals like targets.
Yeah, yesterday, the way it was translating for compound, and of course, they're resetting the targets and getting them 20 more meters downrange. But by and large, what we saw were people that would hit the 10 ring on the first arrow or two, but it was like low 10. And so almost
Mm,
everybody we saw in the finals was like one or two or three clicks on their site to get it, just because it was just shooting a little bit differently. And you can see from where the practice range was in our overhead, which is I think off like this field off to the right versus this field, it is definitely more open, and having
mm,
that building set far apart off to the right. um yeah, there's a good look at it.
yeah.
It's a great shot.
Oh yeah, so it is raised. It's like it's
It is
in some
raised,
sort of
yeah.
like park, or yeah, really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a neat looking
It looks like one
facility.
of those
So
like business building
Yeah,
courtyards type
complexes.
thing, and they've got
Mm.
like a practice range on top of like the entrance to looks like the entrance to some other building, but then we're down on the it's lower. Um, yeah, that's an interesting setup.
I,
That's good use of
I
space.
wonder what those buildings are to the right too. Or would you think those would be like hospitality buildings, or would teams be in there chilling? Because I've seen buildings or like tents that would go down the length of the field, but never all the way down to the end.
Oh, are you talking about the
Maybe
tents on the right side of the field?
on the right side, yeah, those temporary buildings, yeah.
Yeah, those are probably gonna be like scoring, media, like yeah, like the people who are making the things run. You could see the
Yeah,
spectators are actually on the left side of the field with those seats that
yeah.
are out in the rain. And I'm willing to bet that right underneath, like where the camera ends at the bottom of the frame, there's going to be spectators behind the shooting line as well.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, there's
there's
grandstands
probably
right
a
behind the shooting
VIP
line.
area. Yeah, there's probably a VIP area too. And then the tents all the way down at the end, there's probably housing the scoring people, judges, and archers' agents.
So we should be getting moving here just in about a minute or so. We just want to let you know that our coverage here is going to be brief on YouTube. So if you want to continue to join us, then we're going to move over to Archery Plus. And in the lower right hand part of your screen, you'll see that QR code that's going to come up again, and that's your opportunity to scan that and sign up. And then you can either purchase the one time event fee, or you could do it for the entire season. But that's where we're going to be going. And so, as you can see, we're about less seconds from the official broadcast. Thanks for joining us here on World Cup Watch Along. Vanessa Lee, Crispin Duenas, and myself, Greg White, bringing you all the fun as we are just chilling on the couch, getting ready to watch some archery. Vanessa's got her knee up and her sweats, ready to chill. Yeah, exactly, ready to chill. I got my
Yeah, your
unsponsored
couch
water.
still, Greg. That's That is an A+ couch.
Like, that is a
Not my
couch.
couch. I'm at an Airbnb. I'm at an Airbnb, folks. I've been traveling. Okay, today was full of archery.
I feel like we can't call it.
ASA.
It's like a couche. Like it's fancier than a couch. What you
But, yeah, I don't
I
know.
hope
Look,
you just didn't swear in
I'm
French
in-
by accident. Like,
Oh, see, that's it. I'm in Louisiana, right? I'm in Shreveport, Louisiana. You know, the fleur de lis, and like this house is like really, really well decorated. But this couch, and then there's one that's a little bit larger that's matching over there. Same couch, just a little bit larger. It's the pretty much like everything else is kind of standard American fare, you know, motivational. It's very typical of an Airbnb, you know, motivational stuff hanging on the wall, you know, be yourself every day, that kind of stuff.
Oh no! Live, laugh, love. There's a live, laugh, love somewhere.
Live, laugh, love. Oh yeah, dude, it's all over this place. It's all over the place, yeah. What are you gonna do, you know?
Oh no! It's
All right, so
definitely-
Vanessa, you are tasked with obviously beating me up. I don't know about Crispin, but in terms of the pronunciation of the crew, went through this. Where was that? How many years ago was that when we were in Mexico City?
2017, I think it was. So it's been 6 years, and great. Like
that
I'm
old?
always grateful to you because that was my first time doing commentary, and you made it so like easy on me, and I felt so comfortable. I'm always grateful. It was great.
Dude, well, that your reaction on that finals went viral for a little while there. That was pretty.
Oh
pretty
yeah,
cool, too.
that was great.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
my
that was
God.
like real,
I think
man.
that was like the
You
most
know,
excitement we've ever seen in archery ever. Was like that
Yeah.
that like almost like a meme of Vanessa just going crazy with what was going on the field. I don't even remember what was going on. All I remember was Vanessa just like losing her mind with what happened on the field.
that was Im Dong
And
Hyun.
there I
so
am
if
just
he
sitting
could
there like
win
going,
again.
what is going on?
Ah,
here?
yes,
It's
yeah.
archery.
Yeah. Oh, let's get
All right, so here we go,
started.
archers to the field of play. Set scoring system. Vanessa, what is that?
Let me tell you, they are shooting 3 arrow ends, and the archer that wins that set will get 2 set points. The archer that doesn't will get 0. If they shoot the same score, they will split the set points, taking 1 each. First archer to 6 set points wins. Say they're tied at 5, and they will shoot a 1 arrow shoot off closest to the middle wins.
Crispin, do you like the set system or not?
Yes and no. I think every
Dude,
archer,
I'm
every
going right
recurve
now. I'm going
archer-
right at you early, man. Right at you early. I'm rolling the hard questions.
Hey, I have lost matches having shot a higher raw score than my opponent, and I have also won matches having missed the target completely. So I have been on the winning side and on the losing side of the set system. It is what it is. You're gonna either love it or hate it on the day. It's just sometimes it feels like a gamble. Sometimes it feels like it was your best friend. So it's let's see what happens here because these are pretty important. And I like Vanessa, your pronunciation of the names. I have no clue. So this
Boys,
is
I
on
got
you.
that. I got it.
Yeah.
Hey, what an opener.
Okay. Wow.
That, like, coming on here, that first match, first arrow, shooting a 10 like that's got to give you some confidence.
You know what that also does is confuses lots of the other coaches who are scouting that first arrow because they're going to be like, oh, she's on. But then everybody else is going to be slightly different, but they're going to always remember, oh, she started with 2 10s. Oh,
She got something to prove right now. Like, she was struggling earlier in teams. I mean, even Chef said she's shooting too many 8s, doesn't know what's going on. She almost seems flustered by it, like not understanding why. Maybe she just like figured it out. Okay.
okay, so best that Lee can do is tie.
It's like battle of the youngins. What?
Okay, so that's a really good way to
Today's
start
gonna
off
go.
the afternoon.
We got to split ends all day. That's the weird thing about the set system is it can go what, like 3 ends, or how many? What's the max ends we can go? 6 or 7? Something crazy.
Well, 6 if that includes a tie break, because it'll be five sets and then a tie break arrow. But for the tie break,
So,
they
by the
usually
way,
have to change the target.
QR code's in the corner there if you want to continue watching our coverage. We're going to step away here in just a couple of, maybe one more end, and then we're going to transition over to Archery Plus. So as our finals continue here, we are in the middle of our semifinals, our first match of the day, to determine who is going to get into the gold medal match, who goes into the bronze medal match, and then we're going to go right in succession. So they're just going to go bang, bang, bang. We'll have these 2 first matches to decide the medals, and then we'll roll straight into the bronze. There's the QR code on the right-hand part of your screen. Get signed up. It's free to sign up for Archery.tv, Archery Plus. And then if you want to continue watching, you can join us with this match, or you can just sign up for the entire season and watch all the great archery that World Archery provides. Oh boy.
There's so much content on there, by the way. Like I was shocked at how much is on Archery Plus. I'm not even just trying to promote it. As an archery nerd, it is content heaven.
It's your typical Korean form.
Oh yeah.
The prototype. And break the wrist. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, it's really funny that the archer from China lets the bow hit her leg. So that's 2 different types of follow throughs. So she's gonna like shoot, and then that bottom limb just like bounces.
Yeah.
Off the leg. I was never able to do that.
I did that. Yeah.
Yes,
I came back from Korea
and I tried to
shooting
copy.
like, yeah.
So, oh my gosh, that's really good. Why would someone want to have the bow bouncing off their leg? Like I was a little curious on why, instead of like letting it swing. Like, what's the deal?
Yeah.
Is it that she doesn't lean as far forward as the Koreans do in the stance? Perhaps.
No, so a lot of archers start doing that as kids. In elementary school, oftentimes you see all the kids hitting their leg. And once they've learned to be able to do that, then sometime maybe around middle school, high school even, then they start swinging it. And I did it because I felt that consistency. I knew that I was continuing to push towards the target. And if I hit my leg every single time, it means I didn't like let go of the tension on my shoulder. It was always like 2 bounces and I put it down. It was just like really reassuring, and it felt good to know that it was the same.
Oh, okay. So it's like part of your shot, like a checkpoint that you did your shot good.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well that'll do it for us on our YouTube coverage. Sorry, Crispin. We're gonna transition over to Archery Plus. So scan that QR code, and we will see you over there in just a moment as our coverage continues of our World Cup Watch Along with Vanessa Lee, Crispin Duenas, and myself, Greg White.
Nine.